start the biggest race of the day and give our views on the big Betfair chase at Haydock. And I think what I'll do is I'll start with Sandy first, because normally he rabbits on far too long. If you start with him, then we might have a few seconds at the end. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Peter. That's very nice of you. What a race to start with. You know, this is just such a great renewal of this race. Probably the best in memory, I think, for a very long time. You know, there's going to be so many clues for the Gold Cup later in March.
It's like a Gold Cup, really. Isn't it?
It is really. It's absolutely fantastic, and Haydock must be very pleased with the runners that they've acquired. One thing I'd say about the fences at Haydock recently, like nowadays, is that they're quite lenient.
They have rebuilt them, though, I believe. So hopefully this year they'll be much sturdier. I remember well refreshed last year. Yeah, took half the fence with him.
Yeah, that was the last, wasn't it? He just
still stood up. So
yeah. This is one thing. The one horse this will suit is actually Q Card, because he does make mistakes, these fences, and at places like Exeter you don't get away with it. And you know, he is going to be. You know, he does make mistakes, Q Card, and this will suit him, that you can actually go through the top of him, because he can jump low at fences. So I always find that interesting, that a place like Haydock might actually suit Q Card.
I tell you what, though, the trainer is only 6 from 76, so he's not in form. It is hard.
No.
And the distance must be a worry as well, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about the ground, to be honest. It's fairly soft there, as we saw yesterday. It was pre-testing, so Q Card's going to have to overcome that and stay very well for me to win a Betfair chase today.
Oh no, yeah, I just think he's got the advantage.
But he's really quiet.
No, I was just thinking Q Card. I don't think his price really factors in those doubts. I think he's quite short enough.
Yeah, he is. He's not. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not my selection. I don't think I would back him, but I'd say that the way that the Haydock fences are nowadays, I think it's put in his sort of. You know, it's going to suit him better than somewhere like Exeter, where he just clouted them and just didn't get away with it. You know, it all depends how this race is going to be run. You know, who's going to lead, who's going to take them along. Do you know who would you think be the pace setter in this race?
It's difficult.
For me, I think Roy May will go on. He went on last time. I have no qualms about that. I'm fairly certain that Roy May will be the pace setter here.
It wouldn't surprise me, especially with the booking of Jason Maguire.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a conversation between Luke and Sandy, but Billy, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think Nicky Henderson's been quite honest that this may not be the track for Bobsworth, so talking about it might be the track for Q Card.
I don't understand why Bobsworth didn't go to Cheltenham last week, because he loves Cheltenham.
What would he have gone for?
I don't know.
There was no race for him.
Day out.
Well, he run there last year in December, so maybe wait a couple of weeks. Oh, he didn't run there in December. I'm totally wrong, aren't I?
No, he ran last year. He ran in the Hennessy, which he'd probably be too big for now. Yeah. Too high in the. You don't want
to be carrying 11 stone 12 in a Hennessy. Yeah. You know, Denman couldn't do it. So you know,
it takes a special horse.
So you're thinking that this is an afterthought. He has to run in this kind of race.
It's a viable option. Really.
Yeah, I wouldn't say an afterthought. It'd been definitely in the back of mind of Nicky Henderson for a long time. Whether he actually really truly wanted to bring him here, I'm not too sure. But he'll be 100% today.
Billy, what's your line?
I'm a big Dinas fan, Peter, from last year. I know he's got to improve, but you know what this horse showed at Kempton.
This is a prep race for the King George, though.
Well, you can say that about all these. I mean, you know, is this anyone's Gold Cup? And it's not really. It's a warm up for every horse. Or something.
It's funny how he's a 7-year-old. He's no different to like the likes of like Q Card, but he still feels like the new kid on the block, doesn't he? Yeah. It's quite unusual that you feel like that, even though he's the same age as most of the other runners.
He's one of these that could yet have a lot of improvement in him. None of these are going to really improve too much.
Do we know what price Dynast is currently? Because he's been drifting.
6 to 1 at the moment. Well, price-wise, put him up this morning, so that could tell hugely for his price.
What are the best prices? While Luke's trying to find out the best price available for Dinas, that's Billy's selection for this race. I think that Sandy and I don't know what Luke's view is in a minute, but I think Sandy and I might have got the winner of this.
Yeah, I can't even say it. Yeah. Silvinianco Conti.
Yeah, that's a good try.
Oh yeah, it was a good try. I got there in the end. It's always that one I always get wrong. Obviously, he was going well in the World Cup, the Gold Cup.
In the World Cup? He was going well in the World Cup? What against...
What's in that glass?
Against Brazil, you mean?
I tell you what, see all this paint that's been around the street at the moment? I think it's gone to my head, Peter, because these fumes are...
And I would remind people, obviously, if you've just tuned in, I mean, we are in the process of painting, so, you know, today's one screen and you'll have to put up with this, but we are extending the programme till 3 o'clock very, very soon, and we'll have a bigger studio.
He's playing Germany in the World Cup.
Yeah. Okay.
No, in the Gold Cup, obviously, he was travelling well, and he fell 3 out, didn't he? You know, we wouldn't have actually known that day how close he would have gone. Some people say he was travelling better than Bobsworth and such. You know, we don't actually know. I actually still think he's better on deep winter ground. I know a lot of people said they'd like to see him on.
I know he won the race last year, but do you think it's a much stronger race?
Much stronger
much
race.
If you look at his whole form book, you don't really see in there the form to back up, you know, his reputation. I don't think he's yet proven himself to be as good as, you know, his reputation.
But you know, the trainer would say that last year, you know, he would have given Bobsworth a run for his money.
I think he would have.
Yeah.
I think he would have. Yeah, he was travelling still. It's interesting. What do you make of long run? I mean, what's your opinions on long run?
I don't even think he'll get in the first two.
Something came around from his last run. Like he scoped badly after the race or something like that.
Because he hit
so
a fence.
There was an excuse. Yeah, and he
Very hard.
destroyed a fence. So
Yeah.
I think you can give him another chance today. Whether I'd want to be backing him, I mean, he's 14-1, and for a horse that has been as consistent as him.
But am I right in saying, and again, my memory's pretty bad, but it did finish behind Silvio Conti last year.
Yeah.
So if you've got worries and your fears that the horse is not progressing, then surely.
Well, the interesting thing that's always been spoke about French horses is that once they get to a certain age, they are aggressive. And we've had the exception of Quato Star. But I do believe that French horses, because they start their careers so early in France, they have so many runs early, it takes it out of a horse. And, you know, they get to the ages of 8, 9, and they are on the... Some horses don't peak to them, but these horses are actually going...
Okay.
I believe that.
Luke, can I have your selection?
I changed last night from Tidal Bay, and I do agree with Silviniaco Conti, but I do think Tidal Bay is a really big danger in this field, so I think Paul Nicholls could hold the key.
Interesting.
I'm with you, Peter. You know, I'm obviously with Silviniaco Conti. But I still think Q-Card could be dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy?
Great piece on Tidal Bay in yesterday's Racing Post. I woke up thinking Dynast, and I think Dynast.
You're a man of instinct anyway, aren't
I'm
you?
a man of instinct.
Well, my instinct told me that you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
and I think Silvio Conti will win this.